Hey, Scott.
Hey, what's going on, Tina?
How are you?
Good.
Your class is popular. We have about 26 people sign up.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so at least there's 26 people intended to come.
That's great.
Yeah. Do you want to turn on your video? Make sure that.
Oh, yeah. I'm still setting up right
Okay.
now.
Yep. Are you at the senior center or are you at home?
I'm at the senior center.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, perfect.
Can you hear me okay still?
I can hear you perfectly.
Okay, cool.
So when you're ready, I'll let people in.
Okay, give me just 2 minutes.
Yep.
Okay, so you can go ahead and start letting people in.
Got it. Okay.
And I'll start whenever
Yep.
you need.
I will make you the co-host. Okay. Co-host. All right. Welcome, everybody. Give us maybe one more minute, please. Hey, well, while Scott's setting up, so I want to welcome everybody to our first session of our community day. And today we have amazing sessions from ARP, Brain Health, Bird, 15-minute recipe with Veronica. That was always popular because people want really quick recipe. And then we also have a new partnership, YMCA, and they're going to be offering you a session once a month at the community day for the next 6 months. So we're very, very excited about that. And don't forget, we invited a special violinist to play music for you at 3 o'clock today. So we welcome Scott Lohman from Adaptive PE.
All right, good morning, everyone. Sorry, let me get camera view here. All right, good morning, everyone. Hope everyone's having a good morning. We're going to do a hip mobility session today. And not just mobility, we're going to focus on stability as well. Let me set this camera a little better so it looks like I'm actually looking at the camera. Okay, and we'll start off today in the chair. And then what I want to do is maybe progress to a mat. And for the way I'm going to structure things today, it's going to kind of be a hybrid way where we do maybe half of it in the chair, and then the other half of it on the mat. So for those of you that aren't comfortable getting on a mat, you'll be able to get a lot out of this from a seated position. And if you want to do anything, some mobility from a standing position, we could do that as well. Okay. And then I'll also try to leave about 10 minutes, at least, 5 to 10 minutes for Q&A. Okay. First thing we're going to start off with today is a couple of stretches we're going to do for the hip. You could do from a seated position. All right, so the way this is gonna work, I'm gonna show you from the side and then I'll move back to the front. Okay, what you're gonna wanna do is get your sits bone on the edge, just on the right side of the chair, because we're gonna start with the right leg back. Okay, I'm gonna flip it around so you can see what my back leg is doing. Just like that. Now you see how I'm in a 90-90 position here? My knee's over my ankle. It's a straight line between my knee and my ankle and my back leg. Now, the key to this is to try to get some hip extension because we want to stretch these hip flexor muscles. Now, why is this so important? Because how long have we been sitting in front of computers the last 2 years or 2.5, almost 3 years now? A lot of us have tight hips. A lot of us spend way too much time sitting. And as a result, we're too tight up front. What are some of the negative effects of that? Well, primarily, when you're really tight in the front here, it oftentimes leads to back pain and back stiffness. And you need hip extension to walk and to do just about everything, especially run. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and relax now. Take a deep breath. Okay, now we're gonna flip things the other way. So once again, you're gonna get on the left portion of the chair. We're gonna stretch the left leg now, okay? I'm gonna turn it sideways so you can see what it's supposed to look like on this side. And once again, I got knee over ankle, and I got a straight line between my knee and my ankle on the back leg. And again, what is my goal here? To try to stretch this hip out, okay? And the beauty of this is you can do this at home when you're working in front of the computer or whatever you may be doing. Maybe you're not super confident with your balance. This is a great way to stretch your hip and you don't have to worry about losing your balance. Again, try to keep your spine straight. Try not to be forward like that. A lot of this is just getting your pelvis in the right position. Okay, we're just going to hold this for like another 30 seconds or so. And this is a good thing to do if you're going to do any kind of exercise. This is a good way to start. And you're probably wondering, why I wanted to focus on hips today. Well, one thing I've noticed since I've been teaching the last couple of years and we've had the pandemic, go ahead and relax. Hip function has been a major challenge for especially every person that's come back in person to see us again. I'm seeing a lot of hip dysfunction. So I made it a mission now to really improve everybody's hip function. Because without proper hip function, you're going to have back pain, you're even going to have knee pain. All right, so staying at the edge of your chair now. See where I'm sitting, sits bones are here. We're going to do another hip stretch. And what this is going to do, this is going to stretch your hips as well. So we're going to take that right foot, we're going to go just above the left knee. Now, for some of you, this might be a work in progress. You may only get to here, that's fine. Just go to where your natural range of motion is at the moment. For me, it's right here. Okay, once you get that hip open, we're just going to hold it like this. You want that knee to face the wall rather than the ceiling if you can do it. Also, you want to be nice and tall through your torso. You don't want to be leaning forward. You don't want to be leaning backwards. Just stay straight over your hips. Straight spine. Okay, now once we get in this position and it's somewhat comfortable, you will feel some tension there. We're going to bring both arms overhead, okay? Now this is where it gets interesting because what you're going to do is come forward with the arms overhead and only go as far as you can handle the tension in your hip. So for me, it's not very far. I mean, I'm going like maybe 3 inches, 3.5. And now I feel tension in my hip and I'm just going to hold it. And what I mean by tension, I mean a stretch. You're going to feel muscle stretch in that right hip. Most of you are going to feel this in your outer hip, in your glute even. And relax. Or more specifically, the piriformis muscle, which runs along there. Okay, go ahead and relax. All right, next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our left foot just above the right knee. You want to make sure that your knee's pointed out towards the wall, not towards the ceiling. Give yourself a minute to get into position here. Okay, once you feel like you got your hip range, oh, the other thing is, look at my lower leg. You don't want your lower leg to be out of alignment there. You want a straight line. What you'll find, posture is important. Posture is all about angles and straight lines. Okay, now we're going to get both arms overhead. And for many of you, this may be difficult, so just try to get as much length as you can. And now we're going to come forward till we feel tension in the hip and just hold it right there. Keep holding it. We're going to go another 15 seconds. And relax. Okay, everyone take a nice deep breath. All right, I want everyone to get up for a moment and just walk around, and we're going to come back to our chair, okay? See how your hips are feeling at the moment. Just walk around a little bit. See if everything kind of freed up at all. You know, for me, I can hear some releasing, some cracking all along here. Walk around just a little bit. I don't know how much room you have in the room you're in at the moment. Just try to make the most of it. All right. Okay, before we get into anything else, I just want to do a few things standing. So the next thing we're going to do is just see how you're moving after doing those stretches. So if you feel pretty good, what we're going to do is we're just going to take a few steps forward, try to bring the knee to the chest. Just like that. And then we're going to walk it backwards. Why is walking backwards so important? Well, look at the hip extension you get walking backwards. And there's a Chinese proverb that says, for every step backwards is equal to 2 or 3 steps forwards. And what they basically mean by that is walking backwards has a lot of benefits for hip extension. Okay, we're going to do one more. And really try to hold it there and balance on each leg. Take a few more steps back. Okay, what we're going to do now, we're going to return to our chairs and we're going to move on to something else. Okay, we're going to do a variation of what's called the power moves. Oh, let me lower this down again, sorry. There we go. So we're going to do a variation of what's called the power moves that Becky Farley came up with many years ago. All right, now this one's a bit modified. This is for a lot of you that have difficulty getting out of the chair. Maybe you have to do most of your exercise seated. Guess what? There's ways to improve your hip mobility while being seated. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. First thing we're going to do is called a power up. Now, let me show you how to do this in the chair. I'm going to move my chair sideways so you can see what's occurring in my hips, and then I'm going to turn the chair back towards you. Okay, so on a power move, again, I don't want you way back in the chair. I want you more towards the front part of the chair with your sits bones here. Okay, what you're going to do is you're going to come down to here just like that. And then we're going to power up, squeeze the shoulder blades in, okay? We're just going to do 5 of those, then we're going to do another more advanced variation. All right, let's try it out. Let's come forward and power up, okay? Once again, come forward power up. That's 2. Come forward. Power up. That's 3. Power up. 4. And one more. Power up. 5. Very good. Okay, so if you have difficulty with the next thing that we're going to do, just go to here, okay, where you're seated. Okay, I'm going to turn the chair sideways again, just for demonstration. So we're going to start to power up the same way on this phase. You're going to come forward, but instead of just coming to here, you're going to push into the ground to a standing position and then back down, okay? Let me adjust the camera for that, just so we have a little more height here. Okay. All right. So once again, starting from the edge here, power up, squeeze the shoulder blades in and then down. Power up, all the way up and then down. Power up, all the way up and down. That's 3. Power up, squeeze those shoulder blades in at the top. That's 4. And one more, power up. 5. All right. Okay, I'm gonna get this mat out of the way. All right. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do, also seated as well, we're gonna do something called rock and reach. So how is this good for the hips? It teaches you weight transfer. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna shift that weight over to the left side and we're gonna rock and reach. And then we're going to shift the other direction and put all that weight on the opposite side. But look at the extension I'm getting here. See how tall and long the movement is? That's what I want to see from everyone. Okay. Let's try this again. Now we're going to do just 5 of these, okay? So rock, reach, rock, reach. That's 1. Rock and reach. That's 2. Rock and reach. That's 3. Rock and reach. That's 4. One more. Rock and reach. That's 5. Okay. Now, next thing we're going to do is spinal rotation, or what we call twist. Now, same thing. I want you on the chair. Same way you were, not all the way back, but sits bones towards the front. And why do I want you to do that? I want your abs engaged. If you're leaning against the seat back, you're not using your postural muscles or your core muscles. Okay, so what we're going to do now is get those arms nice and wide. Now, this is the beauty of this twist and touch movement. You're going to get a lot of hip mobility plus spinal rotation. So I'm going to twist to my left first, which is here. Now see what's going on again. Hip extension. We're going to twist, touch, come back to center. That means nice and wide. Then we're going to go the other direction. Same thing, hip extension, twist, touch. All right. Okay, we're going to do 5 of these. You ready? Twist, touch, twist, touch. That's 1. 2. 3, keep that hip extension as you twist. Back to center, nice and wide. 4. 5, excellent. Okay, we want to take a breather. That's a little bit harder than you thought it would be, huh? Being seated. Okay, now the next thing we're going to do is our big steps. We're going to take big steps both directions. Once again, your body position is right here towards the front of the chair. Abs engaged. Okay, so what we're going to do now, staying nice and tall, we're going to take a big step to here, big step back to center, big step to the right, okay? That's what we're going to do. We're just going to do 5 of those. Ready? Okay, let's go. Big step. That's 1. Big step. Try to retract those shoulder blades while you do this. That's 2. Big step. 3. Big step. 4. Big step. 5. All right, good job. Okay, take a breather. In, let it out nice and slow. Do that one more time. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. All right, you want plenty of oxygen for the brain because the next thing we're going to do, we're going to flow all of those movements together, one after the other, and we're going to do 5 flows, okay? Reason why I want to do 5 flows is we've got more things I want to cover. I want to get on the mats and teach you some other things as well that I think are very beneficial for your hips and your postural stability. All right, so we're going to flow all those movements I just showed you, okay? So I'm going to demo the first one, then we're all going to do it together, okay? All right, first one is going to be our power up. Just like that, squeeze the shoulder blades in. Power rock is the second move, full extension. All right, we're going to power twist here. Again, notice the hip extension. And a big power step. Just like that, okay? That's the firing order, essentially. Here I go again with car analogies. Okay, once again, starting position, we're going to power up, everyone. Power rock. Power twist. And power step. Okay, that's 1. Power up. Power rock. Power twist. Power step. That's 2. Okay, power up. Power rock. Power twist. Power step. That's 3. Power up. Power rock. Power twist. Power step. That's 4. One more. Power up. Power rock. Power twist. Then one more, power step. And that's 5. Okay, let me fix something on the screen here. Something just popped up here. Someone was waiting, did not see that. Okay. All right, hopefully that has loosened. Let me get the camera a little bit higher. Okay, hopefully that has loosened up everyone's hips. They're feeling a lot better. I'd like to try one more standing movement, then we're going to get on the mats, okay? So I'm going to clear the floor a little bit here. Get some things out of the way. Okay, and I got to make another adjustment here. Okay, now the next thing we're going to focus on is lateral movements. And why lateral movement? Because so many of us don't move side to side. We primarily only move forward. That's why walking backwards is always a good thing. Okay, so what we're going to do here, we're going to get our feet underneath our hips, knees over ankles. I'm going to show you from the side, just like that, okay? And what we're going to do is just move side to side. Now, if you don't have a lot of room, that's okay. Just operate in the space that you have, okay? This is really important because In addition to your glute muscles, which are some of the most important muscles in your body, you have some other smaller glute muscles, which are on the side called your glute medius. And when those muscles aren't working, oftentimes you get achy hips. You feel stiff. You don't feel like you can squat or move properly. Okay, now we're gonna go, I'm gonna show you from the different position. And this is what it should look like. We're just gonna go side to side a little bit more. Try to keep those knees over ankle. Stay bending in the hip. We're gonna do one more each direction. All right, okay, everyone take a deep breath. Get a drink of water if you need it. Loosen up, and then we're gonna move on to the floor. All right. Okay, so any yoga mat will do, anything with a certain amount of cushion will be important. Now, let's say you got a carpeted floor and it's kind of thick. You'll be fine. You probably don't even need a mat for that. But if you've got hardwood floors or tile floors, you're going to need something kind of soft for your knees, okay? All right, I'm going to put this mat out. And let me know if I'm too far away or you're having difficulty seeing me. All right, that looks pretty good. Okay, so what I'm going to do is we're going to get down on the mat. I'm going to show you a couple different ways to do that. The primary way to do it without any assistance is using your hips, of course. You want to have your feet under the hips like I've been showing you. You're going to bring your butt back, arms out front, and lower yourself down, okay? That is the safest, easiest way to get down. Now, for some of you, if that's a difficult thing to do, you can use a chair. So I'm going to come back up here. And again, you notice I just reverse the same movement to get up. All right, let's say you need a chair to get down. Okay, if you have a chair, you just grab onto the chair there and lower yourself down. Just like that, and back down. Now, this is why it's important to have